Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we'll be looking at what the electoral map might look like if Bernie Sanders entered as a third party candidate. I don't think he will enter as a third party candidate. In fact, he almost definitely won't, as he has endorsed Biden, and the Democrats collectively main goal is to get Trump out of the White House, and so Sanders wouldn't do anything to jeopardize that, which him running would jeopardize. He has a big support base. It's 30% of the Democratic Party are progressives, and he wouldn't win. He wouldn't win the election. He wouldn't win many states, but he would certainly split votes in many of the crucial states. So let's go through with some of the what used to be. Alright, sorry, just a sec. Being very loud outside. I had to close my windows. So yeah, let's go with the usual safe states for the Democrats and see what may happen. I still think Washington would be safe. I still think California would be safe. Oregon would probably dip to the likely, but as I said, only 30%. I say only, but 30% of the Democratic Party are progressives, and people like to vote for the main parties anyway. Despite how popular Bernie Sanders is, he still wouldn't get that big a turnout going to him. I still think at least half of the progressives will still vote for Biden, and it would only be the Bernie or bust and a few progressives percent. Obviously it will change the election a lot, but it won't really help Sanders. So Trump's safe states would just become even more safe, essentially. He would keep Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee. All of these states, they would still be safe. They'd be even safer, in fact, as votes are split. Now let's go to Illinois, which I still think would be safe. New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware. Okay, so that's all of the safe states. Now let's go and we'll go from west to east and see what I think will happen. In the state of Nevada, I think Trump would win it by a tilt margin, as Bernie Sanders does have a lot of support from the Latino communities in these four states and general Latinos, and I do think he would split the Democratic votes very substantially in a race that's already going to be pretty close. So I do think that would go to Donald Trump. Arizona as well, probably by a lean margin. Again, the Latino vote would be split. Sanders would win quite a bit of it, and Joe Biden would lose it, just causing Arizona to go to Donald Trump. Joe Biden, however, would still win Colorado and New Mexico, most likely by lean margins. Likely margins, sorry, maybe lean, but I don't think Bernie Sanders would have that big an impact on these two states. Despite their big Latino communities, I do think Joe Biden would still have them pretty locked down. Texas would be likely. Trump would definitely get over the 5% mark, probably get around 7 or 8. With Bernie Sanders entering, again, just split votes would definitely cause that to go. Iowa and Ohio, I think they'll be likely anyway, but they'll be even more secure, probably around 9-10 points in the election, especially in Iowa. Florida probably would breach the 1% mark, probably would be lean, again with Bernie Sanders coming in and splitting votes. It just spells disaster for the Democrats in general, Bernie Sanders entering, and he definitely won't, because as I said, the main Democrat, the one thing they can all agree on is they want Trump out of the White House. So they'll definitely do whatever they can to cause that. Now we go to Minnesota. I think Biden would still win it, just by a lean margin. Again with split votes, but I don't think it's quite enough to dislodge him from Minnesota. Same with Virginia, it'd be a lean margin again, but since Biden is an establishmentarian in the Northeast, he'll definitely do very well, and I do think he would hold on to Virginia. Trump would win North Carolina, probably by a lean margin. It would definitely get past that 1%. Polls have Bernie up by 1 point, I'm pretty sure, in North Carolina. I don't think that is pretty accurate, but I do think, again, with split votes, North Carolina definitely would breach the 1% mark, maybe even breach 2. Georgia, probably likely. It would probably stay above 5% in that case. Again, just with the splitting of votes. And yeah, so now we're going on to Michigan, Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. Michigan and Pennsylvania, I would normally put tilt to Biden, but with Sanders supporters in, definitely tilt Donald Trump. Maybe lean, but in the upper ends of tilt. And Wisconsin probably lean, because it's more conservative at the others and would vote more in favour of Trump. And wow, Trump has already got the election, and we're not even done in the Northeast. Vermont is the only state I could see Bernie Sanders actually winning in the presidential race, and that's not really helping anybody. He's a very popular senator. He'll definitely do well. He definitely could win it, but if he were to win it, it'd be like 34, 30, and 34 or something. I didn't do the maths right there, but something along those lines. It would be like that. But Bernie Sanders would probably win. I could definitely see him winning Vermont, potentially, in that case. New Hampshire definitely would go to Trump. It's getting closer and closer. Bernie Sanders will do very well in the Northeast. And when I say very well, I mean in comparison to a state like California or something in splitting votes. He'll split votes a lot more up here. Sorry about that. Second district. Mount Large still be likely, but I do think Donald Trump would carry main second district, probably by a lean margin. He won it pretty well in 2016, and with more split votes, it would definitely cause that. So this is what the electoral map, in my opinion, would look like if Bernie Sanders ran as an independent. I do believe he wouldn't, and he almost definitely won't, because this is disaster for the Democrats, and I don't think he would want to risk this happening. And as I've said like many times in this video, the Democrats' main thing is getting Trump out of office. That's why Bernie Sanders endorsed Joe Biden, and it's hopefully for them going to lead to a Democrat victory. But yeah, this is what the map would look like, in my opinion. Some notable ones, New Mexico and Colorado definitely could be in the lean margins. I just personally don't believe they would be. But yeah, well, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. My next video will probably be if Mitt Romney entered, or if Bernie Sanders was running for president and got the primary. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care and goodbye.